You're listening to the Doctor Is In podcast, brought to you by MartinClinic.com. During the episode, the doctors share a lot of information. As awesome as the info may be, it is not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease. It's strictly for informational purposes.
Research is showing that allergies are much more common today than they ever used to be. And this is it's affecting almost every family, every home. People have allergies, and we want to know why and what is research telling us about the biggest reasons that allergies are much more common today than ever used to be. When I was a kid, I don't remember anybody ever having a puffer in school or, peanut allergies and things that we see today. 50-60% of the population have some kind of allergy to dairy or eggs or gluten. And so allergies are much more frequent today. So what we're looking at is 3 reasons that this is happening. If you look at the first one up here is that we are over cleaning. Okay, now that will come into the third one and they're related, but let me just start with this. Everybody is over cleaning today in a sense that we're using these chemicals to clean and we're killing. The world is full of bacteria and our bodies are made for bacteria. Our bodies are used to bacteria. And I'm not saying don't wash your hands or whatever, but the problem is we're over cleaning today. It's actually a good idea to send your kids out to play in the dirt because your body gets used to bacteria. And when you over clean, the issue is that your immune system is not ready to fight any kind of antigen. And so once they see an antigen, they overreact to it. That's an allergy. And so we're over cleaning. You know what's worse is those chemical cleaners. You go into the hospital and they want you to use to clean your hands and all that kind of stuff. That gets into your system and that actually kills all your good bacteria too. Okay, so over cleaning, number 1. Number 2 is chemicals. Okay, we talked about that. But since World War II, there's been over 100,000 chemicals created. And chemicals can be a wonderful thing. The problem is that we have oversupply of chemicals and our body starts overreacting. And usually people with allergies is because they overreact to things. Their immune system, it's almost like autoimmune. The immune system turns on itself, okay? And that's where over 100,000 chemicals. But here's the number 1 reason. Number 1 reason is this one right here. Okay, and that is leaky gut. So what is leaky gut? Let me just explain that again. Leaky gut is a battle. Listen, your gut especially, but everywhere in your body you have not millions of bacteria, not billions of bacteria, but trillions of bacteria. And leaky gut can occur even in the womb. This is why there's so much problems with allergies today, because what happens, one of the biggest culprits, the medication that has saved millions and millions and millions of people's lives, even today, antibiotics. The problem with antibiotics is when it kills the infection, it also kills your good bacteria. This creates leaky gut. This creates what we call in medicine dysbiosis. So what happens? When your microbiome, your bacteria, it gets changed by 1 dose of antibiotics. And what happens there is that even mommy takes an antibiotic, maybe even a year before she gets pregnant. Her gut is changed. Guess what? Even in the placenta, the baby's bacteria gets changed. There's not enough good guys. And what starts in here is a fungus. It's candida. It's yeast. And you don't see it because it's microscopic. But that can get in and make like the canary in the coal mine of babies. And this is why today we see so many kids with asthma. Leaky gut, leaky lungs. Leaky gut, leaky skin. We see so much more eczema and so much more psoriasis. And kids come out of the womb and, I could even talk to you about autism. Because the biggest thing in here is what it does to children. And this is why you see so many kids that are lactose. Why is it today that 60-70% of the population is lactose intolerant? They can't have dairy, or they have trouble with gluten. And they never had, unless you're celiac, you never had real trouble with gluten in the past. But today, it's like an epidemic. This is why we're seeing so many allergies. Because the very things that make it convenient, the chemicals and the cleaning and all these things that make it convenient, plus antibiotics or non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, these things disrupt the bacteria. And when you don't have the balance between good and bad bacteria, you have a problem with allergies. It's one of the things that I see the most in the office today.
You've reached the end of another Doctor is In podcast with your hosts, Dr. Martin Jr. and Sr. Be sure to catch our next episode, and thanks for listening.